guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about an article that I came across that honestly was kind of shocking to me. So this article is titled 10-year-old boy dances on stage for money at adult gay bar in New York. Okay, so quick side note before we get into this, I know that this article is extremely biased. I do talk about that at the end, but in the same way that I look at articles that are biased towards the left, I'll look at articles that are also biased towards the right. So just know that I know. Okay, bye. Drag kid Desmond is Amazing delivered a headlining performance at a sleazy Brooklyn gay bar on December 1st, where the 10-year-old boy danced on a stage in a crop top and full face of makeup as a throng of adult men in the audience showered him in bills. Now, it's clear that this article has a bias because to call a gay bar sleazy, I don't know the quality of this gay bar, but to call it sleazy already seems like you're biased in a type of way to imply that you're homophobic or have some kind of problem. I don't have a problem with gay bars. It's just a bar for gay people. It's not that deep. However, I don't know why a 10-year-old would be in a gay bar. You know, like, I understand that, like, this kid is into drag, obviously, which I don't think is an inherent problem. The problem is you need to pick a venue that's appropriate for children, because adults who do drag in a club, fine, whatever, but a child really has no room to be in a club, especially because I feel like they could really be attracting the wrong people. Like, a 10-year-old in a crop top, do you not think pedophiles would just, like, flock to that shit under the excuse of, I love drag or something, you know? I just think you're opening your child up to too many possible attacks of sorts.
We gotta definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids, it's no good diddling kids.
There is no quicker way for people to think that you are diddling kids than by writing a song about it.
You gotta write a song that says, ooh, I wouldn't do it with anybody younger than my daughter. No, little kids gotta be big, older than my wife, younger than my daughter, something like that.
The event, called Club Whoa, was hosted at Brooklyn Gay Bar, $3 bill, and was promoted on social media. Desmond also celebrated the performance on his own Instagram page, which has 105,000 followers. Adults who wish to watch half-naked child dance in a bar could buy tickets on an Eventbrite page in which the venue described itself as queer-owned and operated. We foster a safe space from love. We respect all human persons as long as the human persons are also respectful to the ones around them. Photos of the event show Desmond in a blonde wig, makeup, and a crop top, collecting monetary tips from adult men in the audience, like a stripper, as other half-naked adult drag queens, some in panties and some in fishnet stockings, stood on a stage nearby. YouTuber Yosef Ozia of Ozia Media called attention to the disturbing performance in a video he reposted on Friday afternoon. After the performance, one reviewer on Yelp wrote, I left after seeing a child on stage dance for money at nighttime. This was on Saturday night and I have been feeling disturbed ever since. Another reviewer has said the club has a weird no cell phone policy. So I don't think the no cell phone policy is all that weird. Like, I know that there are a bunch of clubs that are like that. And, you know, like, the no cell phone policy in this case, like, in a way, I think it might have been to protect the child too, because, like, you know, if it gets into the wrong hands, it could be looked at by pedophiles. But at the same time, it's like, if you're banning phones because that's a possibility, maybe the person shouldn't be performing in the first place. Honestly, I have my own opinions about children and drag. Generally, I don't have a problem with it. But in this case, it's just kind of like, a child shouldn't be doing any kind of thing that is similar to sex work. It's just not appropriate. They don't understand the implications. A 10-year-old doesn't understand how, like, a 25-year-old man or woman is looking at them, especially if they look like this, wearing a crop top, wearing makeup and a wig. It's just too much. You know, like, if the kid was in drag in, like, some appropriate form, like, I don't know if 10-year-olds should be wearing crop tops at all, but whatever. Assuming it's okay for a 10-year-old to wear a crop top, this should have been in a different venue that was more child-friendly and not focused on being showered with bills, because that is very parallel to stripping. There's nothing wrong with stripping if you're older and you can make that decision. That choice is on you. Here, though, I don't think this child understands why he's getting tipped. Now, of course, I'm sure there's some people who just support drag and support children exploring their identity. I'm sure there are some people like that, but I can't really say that I'm for sure that there was no one there who was creepy and giving him money because they were pedophiles. In the end, to me, it's just surprising that parents would be okay with that, because I would not be okay with that whatsoever. On the contrary, the idea of grown-ass adults, most men I'm assuming because it's a gay bar, throwing money at my lightly clothed child. No. So then it says, Desmond is amazing. A Brooklyn native, has become a celebrity in the drag queen world and LGBT community, and a little darling of left-wing media and gay lobbying groups. His parents have come under harsh criticism for their questionable parenting style. He became famous after a video of him dancing sexually in a gay pride parade that went viral. Desmond appears to spend most of his time with adult gay men and cross-dressers with the full support and encouragement of his parents. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with a child spending time with gay men or people who cross-dress, trans people, whatever. Obviously, he shouldn't be hanging around alone with other adults unless they're family friends and the family has vetted them as, you know, trustworthy. But I don't think there's anything wrong hanging out with those people. It's the circumstances under which you're hanging out with those people. So, the circumstance of hanging out with those people in a club where you're dancing, not wearing many clothes, and potentially dancing in a provocative way, even if you don't know you're doing it because you're 10, that's not an appropriate circumstance. Like, no child should be in that circumstance. Like, drag or not drag, it doesn't even matter. That's completely unrelated here. Then it says, last December, the child even appeared on a YouTube show hosted by drag queen Michael Alig, I don't know, who was just released from a 17-year prison sentence for killing and dismembering his drug dealer. Alig was the subject of the 2003 film Party Monster starring Macaulay Culkin. In that video, Desmond is seated directly beneath a piece of artwork with the word Rohypnol is painted largely. Rohypnol, known as roofies, is a date rape drug. So that's where the article ends. A little bit abrupt if you ask me, but I definitely think that appearing on a YouTube show hosted by someone who was released from prison, what are the parents doing? Like, honestly, this stuff is so obvious. Like, this isn't even a like gray situation where I'm like, well, maybe they didn't understand. Like, it seems so black and white here. Like, don't let your kid hang out with people who are dangerous like that. This is a murder. This isn't like petty theft or something. In the end, I think this article is biased in the sense that I get the distinct vibe that they're not really about gay people and they're not really about drag. I'm not going to go as far as to say they're homophobic because I don't think it necessarily was homophobic as much as they could be showing their distaste for this specific situation. But I do think this article is very biased. At the same time, looking at the facts, I tend to agree with this article. Like, I don't think it's appropriate for a child to be in these circumstances, and I don't know how the parents thought it was appropriate. Like, it already concerns me when children that are super young have Instagram pages, unless the pages are managed by adults who are responsible and they're not just trying to make money off their kids, in which case I'm more okay with it. But considering that here the parents are fine with this inappropriate behavior, you know, like, I don't know, and I'm not even faulting the child here. It's not their fault because they don't understand what it is that they're doing fully. But it's like, I'm just wondering, out of those 105,000 people following him, if he's scantily clad in multiple videos or dancing provocatively, I just can't imagine that the follower base is entirely pure, which is what really scares me here.
By the way, if it makes you feel any better, I happen to like 8-year-old boys.
What?
I mean, you said you thought that your hair looked like an 8-year-old boy's, and I'm just saying I like it. The hair.
Thanks.
Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you think this is okay, or, you know, if there should be more regulation about what children should and shouldn't be doing online. Thank you to my patrons as always, and let's get right into the fan art.